Morning, it's Elliot here, and I've just been downstairs and I've had the buffet breakfast at Aomori Green Park Hotel. I'll include a photo here. And I must say, it was pretty good. So I think if you don't include breakfast in your booking, it's 1,000 yen, so about £5, and good value for money, I'd say. The food was nice and tasty. Um, the selection was pretty good as well. Even got some desserts and fruit and stuff. Um, yeah, no, really nice food cooked by two lovely old ladies in the kitchen that you could see through it. I didn't want to take any footage inside of there or pictures of stuff because people were going around getting it, and it's a smaller area, so I didn't want to disturb anybody. But yeah, it was really nice. As far as the stay goes, perfectly comfortable. The bed was nice. They gave us some pajamas as well, which I took off in the night because they were kind of bunching up underneath me and making me a bit uncomfortable. But that's fine, you know. It's nice that they give you, them if you want them. Yeah, no, really nice. Now I'm just exporting a video that I edited last night from yesterday's little wanders around and stuff. And now I'm just getting ready to check out and make my way towards the train station. I think I'm going to pass through the forested park thing that I saw yesterday but didn't actually go into, and make my way to the train station, which is apparently about a 20-minute walk, so probably for me about 15, so not too bad. I think I can get a train at like 9:50 or something from the Aomori station to the Shin Aomori station, and then I can get a train at around about 10 o'clock, which should get me into Morioka at around about 11 o'clock, like 10 past 11, which would be really good. Gives me a bit more time to explore Morioka, but I will be dragging around my suitcase a bit, but that's fine. Doesn't really cause me much of an issue. And I mean, perhaps I'll look to see how long it would take to get to that samurai village thing or whatever, but I may not be able to make it to that. I'll have a look. Either way. So far, so good. Aomori, I really like the place. Either way, I'll probably cut at this point to Shinkansen footage if I manage to get any good stuff. Either way, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Elliot here. I've left the hotel, going to the station. I looked at that park, but it seemed like I couldn't get through it the way that I wanted to go. So instead, I saw this and thought that I should check it out. Really cool, really beautiful. Not sure exactly what shrine this is or what building entirely, but it's really pretty. There's some nice statues in the grounds as well. Yeah. I won't stick around as I need to get to the train station. Though I still think I've got good time, but I don't want to rush myself, especially going with this luggage. Yeah, just thought I should include that little bit in the footage. Otherwise, next stop, Shinkansen.
here. I'm in Morioka station, and I was looking at the Kakunodate train to see if I could possibly make a connection there. Maybe there'd be a coin locker or something. I've not spotted a coin locker, so I've still got my suitcase with me. And I was looking at it, and it was like, yeah, there's a train in like 13 minutes or something. So, you know, I made sure that I could make it to the platform before I tried to reserve my seat. Using the online, web portal and stuff, you can reserve a seat up to 6 minutes before it leaves. So at like 11:16, I was clicking through, got a seat, click reserve, and then you have to kind of click it twice to confirm, and it loads. And by the time that it had loaded up onto the final reservation, it was 11:17, and it threw up an error saying, no, it may have changed to like 11:18. And it was like, nope, you can't do that anymore. And so, I hadn't realised there were escalators here. So just behind you can see, just there, the stairs. So I dragged my suitcase up the stairs. I saw the Shinkansen arrive, but it's reserved only. I didn't have a reserved seat. I'd seen there were them there, but for all I knew, at the point that I get to the next station, that seat would have become reserved. So I could have been a naughty tourist and tried to get away with it, but I thought, no, I'll be good. So unfortunately, the next train to Kakunodate isn't for another hour. So I'm currently debating whether or not I leave the station for a bit and see what's around. I've looked on Google Maps, and I think the closest parks and stuff are a little bit of a walk away. And I'll be seeing them this evening or tomorrow morning anyways, so I think I'm just gonna stay in this station for the next hour and go to Kakunodate, because apparently it's only like a 2-kilometer walk or something from the station to get to the like old samurai village place, which should be a nice little place to walk around for a bit. Maybe at the Kakunodate station I can find a coin locker just to leave this behind, so I'm not dragging it along with me and making all that extra noise and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because it takes around about an hour 50 minutes to get to Kakunodate, so I'll get there for about 1:15 or something, maybe 20 past, and that gives me a good hour and a bit of light to explore around there and then come back this way. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Either way, I'll see you guys in Kakunodate, and hopefully I get some good footage. Hello, Elliot here, and I've arrived in Kakunodate. It's quite an overcast day today, but it's actually pretty, well, I wouldn't say warm, but I'd say that it's not cold either. Um, I guess maybe all the clouds are trapping in some of the, warmth a little bit, and there's not really much of a breeze or anything, so it's quite cool. I was gonna go drop off my luggage at the coin lockers, and I actually did manage to find one that was free that would fit it, but there was an issue. They only accept 100 yen coins, and unfortunately, I only have like 300 yen or 400 yen in the 100 yen coins. Everything else is in notes, and I had two 500 yen coins, but they wouldn't fit in and be taken. So I took out my thing, and I was just about to go look for somewhere where I could exchange a 1,000 yen note, all those two coins, into 100 yens, when I saw some other people with a suitcase and stuff kind of eyeing it up. So I was like, yeah, you guys take it. It's fine. Because, I'd have had to go and exchange it and stuff. It's not really fair for me. I'm prepared to do that. So I've got my suitcase with me, and it's going to go on a little tour with me to the Kakunodate historical samurai village. And I must say, it's beautiful here. Maybe I've got some bias. I am a country boy after all. So hence why so much footage out of the Shinkansen windows of, the farmland and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I find that beautiful. Maybe you guys do too. Oh, and what a route that was. There were lots of little tunnels and stuff, so I've mostly got, little snippets of footage from when I could kind of spot them. But not all of it managed to come through. Not all of it managed to come through the video. But there were so many, like, lovely little ravines and stuff between the mountains. You'd see, like, a stream or something. It was gorgeous. So, yeah, I'm here now. I'm going to go for a nice little walk. Should take about 20 minutes, apparently. Check out the historical samurai village, which I'm sure will be very pretty. And I'll turn around, get the Shinkansen back to Morioka, where tonight I hope to be able to do the Wankosoba challenge. What name, right? So, yeah, wish me luck in finding a place to do that. And in the challenge, hopefully, I can record some of it. And then more video editing tonight. Done a lot of that on this trip. But I think I'm doing okay. If there's any tips or suggestions that you guys have, please leave them in the comments. Well, I'll leave it for now and just concentrate on finding my way. Bye. Alright. Walking around what is really beautiful towards the historical samurai house and stuff. I think there's some restaurants here and things. Be able to see some lovely trees and stuff behind me. This street seems to be relatively busy. Lots of people stopping to take photos, queuing to get into the restaurant and stuff, which I believe some of them are like sides here. Let me quickly switch around the perspective so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice. There's not any distinction between the road and the pavement aside from that white line, which is fairly standard. But it does mean that you kind of have to step out to the road sometimes to get past the people queuing for a restaurant or something. So you guys can hear my suitcase, which is coming with me on this trip. I'd love it if I could have left that behind the station, but sometimes things don't work out exactly as you hope. Obviously, it's starting to rain now as well. But it's not too bad. Not too cold in the rain or anything. I think if I was in this range in, say, Sapporo, I'd be pretty chilly, especially as I believe that it started snowing there now. So, yeah, I just missed the snow, which I'm not sure if I should be happy or sad about, because I'm sure it would have been absolutely beautiful. Oh, okay, it looks like I can get off the road here, go into this bit. Lovely. Nice. Don't have to worry about cars anymore. Although the terrain is a little bit difficult for the suitcase. I think these are some of the historical samurai houses. They got like thatched roofing and stuff. Very nice. Very cool. I like the moss wearing on them as well. I mean, it's really beautiful here. Okay. So I think I better carry on this way. I think perhaps through that gate, just ahead there, will be where I can see one of the historical samurai houses a little bit more close and personal. Should be nice. I think perhaps not. I think instead I may need to go up that road a little bit more, because this may be another restaurant or something. Oh, this is the Kabazaiku Woodcraft Museum. Ah, okay. I don't think I have the time to actually pop into here proper, but I can at least use this little bit just to skip by some people there. Try and get onto this road here. I mean, it is really spectacular. You know, perhaps I'm walking in a counter below because it seems everybody's approaching this way, but I've not seen any signs say stick to the left, just stick to the right. There's a little restaurant selling ice cream and stuff. Looks quite nice. Looks like I'm kind of coming to the end of this street. Um, I may stop the video just so that I can see on Google Maps in case I've gone past the supposed historical samurai house, which, you know, it's very possible that I have done. I think perhaps this is it. Just what put me in here. There's this as well, which looks like a nice little garden or park. Yes. Yeah, perhaps this is the historical house that was on the maps. I'll double check now. See you in a bit. Yeah, this is the Ishiguro samurai residence. And I think you can go into it there as well. On this lovely street. So I guess a lot of these houses would have been samurai residences in the past. Although I think a lot of them have been, you know, kind of redone in modern times. And I think I'll try and go in and have a look. I'll just let this lady to my side take some uninterrupted photos. There we go. Oh, I thought she was done, but evidently not quite yet. I don't want to... There we go. Drag in my suitcase. Okay, so you can enter with an admission ticket that way. And how much is the entry? It's 500 yen. That's not too bad at all. Okay, I think I'll do that. Although I'm not sure if I should film this too much. So I think I'll just take some photos inside and maybe edit those into the video. So see you in a bit. Hopefully I can leave my luggage somewhere whilst I go around here rather than drag it around the whole premises. See you in a bit. So there was no recording inside of the estate. However, as you can see, there was some photos to show some English translations and some really beautiful stuff in here, including these shadow panels, which would have been used for entertainment. And yeah, the old lady who took me around was absolutely lovely. And there were some really interesting pieces in here. This is all inside of a warehouse where they would have stored the rice in the past. There's some beautiful paintings and some really awesome armor and swords from the original times. I imagine they would have been razor sharp. I included some photos as well of some of the hand guards. They were really artistic. Like this one has like a demon on it. And there's also this gold one which has some fish and just scenery. And this final one which includes some more scenery like some mountains and stuff. So I've just finished at the Ishiguro Samurai residence and that was really cool in there. For 500 yen you can enter and get a guided tour. They have a little folder of translated into English statements and stuff. And you know, the lady who took me around was absolutely lovely and, you know, really keen to get across, you know, all the meanings of the stuff. It was really beautiful in there and very interesting to see like how everything was structured. You know, they were telling me about the different entrances that could only be used by certain, you know, guests, or the families and servants would have to go in via a side entrance off to the side. At the front side entrance, only like the master could use that. And then the actual main entrance was just supposed to be used for important guests and stuff. Really interesting. I'd said before that I wasn't planning to go to many museums, but this was a perfect opportunity to go in and see this. And yeah, absolutely beautiful. And I mean, it's been very interesting to see all the thatched roofing and stuff, because I mentioned, I was like, you know, in the UK, she was talking to me about, you know, one of the rooms where you'd have an indoor hearth, you know, a wood fire, and to prevent the smoke from building up, there was what is now a skylight, but was actually a vent. And I was like, ah, we actually have some similar stuff in some thatched houses in the UK, and she seemed very surprised by that. Yeah, really, really cool. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. But now I think I'm going to start making my way back so that I can get to Morioka before it gets too dark. You know, I'll see what ones are available. Gosh, I'm getting a massive spot there. Well, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Hopefully it doesn't get too much worse. You guys will be able to track the progress of that. But yeah, I thought I'd stop here for a moment whilst it wasn't too busy and stuff, and record something without the sounds of my luggage being dragged behind me. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm not sure if I'll get too much Shinkansen footage on the way back. Don't know if maybe that'll be a bonus for you guys or not, but I think I've already seen some of the sights from this route, and it will probably be getting a bit darker as well. But I don't know, maybe if I see something amazing, I'll whip it out, but I probably won't be able to film it in time because we go by so quickly. Either way, that's really cool. And finally, this tree right here, I was told, is about 300 years old and is about 35 meters tall, which is incredible. Obviously in the UK we've got some very big old trees as well, but it's always nice to see that. And apparently this is one of the best preserved areas because there's been no natural disasters and stuff in this area, so nothing's had to be rebuilt as per se and stuff. So really glad that I did this little excursion. Kakunodate, much less frequented samurai post town, I believe they're post towns, than other ones. So if you're in the area, it's probably worth checking out. See you later. Hello, I've arrived in Morioka. Probably going to be a fairly long video this evening. I need to work my way to the Kita hotel, but I actually just received an emergency alert on my mobile telling me that there's an earthquake warning to stay calm and seek shelter. So hopefully where I'm standing isn't dangerous or anything. It doesn't seem like other people are panicking, and I've not felt anything just yet. So I'm just gonna stay where I am for a little bit, and hopefully it's just a minor one. Either way, first time that's happened to me in Japan. I kind of knew that it would probably happen, but I was staying for a long time. So yeah, I'll let you guys know later on if I did feel the tremors or anything. Elliot here, and I've arrived at my hotel, Kita Hotel, or Hotel du Nord. It seems it has two names. Not too far from the station, not a bad walk, although it was raining the whole way, so my feet have gotten a little wet, so I'm gonna hang out here for a moment just to let things, well, attempt to let things dry out a teeny bit, or at least let my feet unprune before I go out to try and find the Wankosoba challenge. I think a lot of restaurants around here may do that, but not entirely sure. Not sure how much it's going to cost as well. I think maybe a few thousand yen, so maybe one of the more expensive meals that I've had. Not the most expensive though, because that was obviously the meal at the 5-star hotel, Hotel Chinsanza. But I thought I'd show you guys the room. So entryway, free slippers, put your key card in there to turn on the power. It's a really similar setup to the place in Aomori that I was just at. So we have toilet and bathroom here, which it looks like it's the exact same aside from the tiling. I wonder if it's a pretty common standard setup for business hotels and stuff. We've got bed here. We've got this over here, which includes a plug there, which is excellent, and a USB one. And then we have over here bin, teeny little desk, slightly larger desk here with a fridge. The fridge actually works as well. And we have a little view out here, although I don't think it's as picturesque as the other ones, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, for £20 a night, I don't think you can complain about that, really. Especially booking on short notice, as you know, this is one of the ones that I don't think I had. Oh no, I had booked this one before. It's only up to Sendai that I hadn't booked before. But yeah, Morioka. I think I'll probably capture more footage of it tomorrow, so I may make that a separate vlog, just so that I can capture some stuff during the day. There's no breakfast offered here as well, so I think I'll probably leave here relatively early so that I can wander around Morioka without needing to rush for my train before I go to Sendai. But I'll have a look at it. Yeah, so far, good day. You know, oh god, what was it called? Well, the Samurai Village was pretty cool, pretty nice place to look at. I did have to wait for an hour at the train station though, just because of the times of the trains. So, oh, I look really ominous in this lighting. Maybe, yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah. So, yeah. I'll probably tune in for the Wankosoba challenge. Maybe I'll be able to set up my camera and capture that because it's a longer type of thing. Yeah. Hey. Wish me luck. Alright guys, I've just finished having my meal. And unfortunately, Wankosoba challenge failed because they weren't doing it. I checked online and this restaurant said that they were before, or reviews had said that. But when I asked about it, I got a message that I interpreted as either we've run out this evening or that I was too late. When I got there it was about 7:15 and they do shut at 8, so you know, it's understandable. That being said, I decided to stick around for some noodles. Part of the reason being they'd already served me some nice green tea and some like side thing of, I think, pickled or fermented seaweed or something like that with, I'm not sure what exactly was coating it, but it was slightly spicy and I can't really describe the flavour, but it was nice. So I went for the cold soba noodles because I've had hot soba already and I am just winging it on my way back. I know that I need to go generally in that direction, but I'm sure I'll work it out. Yeah, cold soba noodles with a dipping sauce with pork and green onions, and that's really quite nice. Maybe I should have gone for a larger portion of noodles because I didn't think that there was that many, but it was, you know, pretty cheap. All in all, the meal was 2,150 yen. Not sure if they gave me a little discount or something, because I'd calculated it as being 2,300 yen before. And usually my maths is pretty good, so, but I have no idea where I am. Let's just keep on going. Yeah, it was really quite nice. Now, I probably ate it in completely the incorrect manner. I was drinking from the dipping sauce and, well, not drinking from the bowl, but using the given spoon to drink from that. After I'd been given this little pot of what's called Soba, which is the water used to cook the soba. And I was drinking that from a cup that was provided. I'm not sure if I was doing it completely wrong, but I did kind of look something up later on because I think one of the people sat near me had given me a little bit of a look of like, what are you doing? And I saw that apparently drinking the dipping sauce, you know, just by the spoonfuls or whatever, isn't really that commonly done, or really part of the practice, because it's considered too salty, which, lo and behold, I've told you guys before, and if you know me, I like my salty food. So I was drinking it going, this is tasty. Oishii kata desu, you know. And then I looked up and saw But apparently what you're supposed to do is pour the soba the water used to cook that, into the dipping sauce, which I think heats it up and dilutes it to make it into more of a soup, so that you can drink that at the end. So yeah, maybe I did that a bit wrong, but either way, I enjoyed it. Not too bad. And now I'm walking back in the general direction of the hotel, I believe. I mean, once I'm done recording this, I can actually search it and probably turn around. Let's go down here. Why not? This looks right. No, that's not right. That's a dead end. But yeah, no, it was quite nice. I think I'm going to pop to a 7-Eleven though, so that I can grab myself a drink for the evening, and I don't know, possibly another further little something to eat. But yeah, Wankosoba challenge failed. I don't know, maybe they just told me that it wasn't on because they saw this big fat white guy come in and say, Wankosoba, and they went, oh fuck, this guy will eat 500 bowls. No way, we can't do it. Yeah, either way, it's been a good night. Being rained on a lot, but the AC at the hotel heats up quite quickly, and there's a hairdryer, so I may spend a bit of time hair drying my shoes just to help them dry out a bit, so that I don't have a miserable time tomorrow. Yeah, Morioka. I'll get more footage tomorrow, so that I can see like the tree splitting the rock and various other things, the castle ruins. But I don't think there's actually any of the actual castle left. But yeah, either way, I'll capture that tomorrow. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well, but I'm very wet at the moment. Goodbye.